Hey, I'm Coach Kozak from HASfit, here today to bring you another free professional workout routine. When I'm all done demonstrating the workout, make sure you click the link in the video description. It'll shoot you over to HASfit's website where we have the workout instructions. Alright, let's get this thing started. A barbell box squat can be done with numerous feet positions. Your different foot position is going to determine what part of your legs is working the most. If you use a narrow stance, it's going to work a little more quads. If you use a medium shoulder width stance, it's going to evenly work your quads and your posterior chain. If you use a wide stance, it's going to put more emphasis in your butt and hamstrings. So I'm going to start off with just a shoulder width medium stance. Shoulder width apart. Next, I'm going to grab the bar just a little wider than shoulder width apart. As you can see, I have a bench set underneath me. You can either use a bench, a box that's specifically used for these is also great. And when determining the height of your bench or box, it's important to find something that puts your hips and your quads parallel to the ground or just a little bit below parallel. If it's too high, you're not going to get the full range of motion in the squat that you need. So, we're going to set up under the bar, centering yourself, placing the bar on your traps, not on your neck, but on your traps, building a shelf by retracting your shoulders. Coming up, taking a couple steps back, butt back first, as anytime we squat, bring your butt and hips back first, keep your head and chest up, touching, just kissing the box, and when you come down, don't relax and sink. We don't want to do that, that's terrible, it'll put a bunch of compression on your spine. So instead, stay nice and tight, and back up. So butt back, touching the box, but I'm still tight. You never want to loosen your legs. And back up. Head chest up the whole time, back up. Butt back first, and then if we're going to use a narrower stance, put your feet closer. This is going to work a little more quads. Or if you want to use a wide stance, you can get nice and wide. You can even point your toes out and really open your hips up and put more of the emphasis on your butt and hamstrings. When we're all done, place the bar up against the rack, slide down. That's a barbell box squat. A barbell RDL, also known as a Romanian deadlift, is a great exercise for your posterior chain, so that's your hamstrings, your glutes, and your lower back. We're going to start with the barbell. Our hands are going to be shoulder width apart. You can either use an alternating grip or a double overhand grip. I prefer a double overhand just because it helps work our grip a little bit more. So we're going to start by deadlifting the bar straight up. Now we're going to put our weight back on our hips. Start with a little bend in our knee. We're just going to start with a little bend in our knee. We're going to keep that same bend. Weight goes back in our hips. We're going to bring the bar just below our knees and bring our hips forward. So our butt goes back and our butt comes forward. Now when we're performing this, it's very important that we start with a little bend in our knee and then we keep that same bend. So notice how I'm not changing that knee angle. As my hips go back, my knees stay at the same angle, and then I bring my hips forward. So it's hips back, hips forward, keeping my back straight throughout the entire movement. That's an RDL. A barbell Bulgarian split squat is an excellent unilateral strength exercise for your legs. First thing we're going to do is pop a barbell up onto your back like you're doing a squat. I'm in an open space here, but you're more than welcome to set this up in a rack. We're also going to need a bench or a box, anywhere between 12 and 24 inches high. So we're going to pop one foot up, back onto the bench. Now you can either use the front of your foot or the ball of your foot. It's really up to you. It's just a matter of comfort and personal preference. So next, keep a good posture. We're going to drop straight down until our front knee is at a 90-degree angle and back up. All the way down and back up. You want to be careful and make sure that you don't have your foot too close to the bench, because then when you go down, your knee will go over your foot. We definitely don't want that. So instead, you definitely want to hit that 90-degree angle. When we're all done on one leg, you're going to go ahead and switch, take your opposite foot, put it right next to your foot on the ground, and then drop the leg back. This will ensure that we're keeping the same distance from the bench or the box on each side, and that we're keeping everything nice and even. That is a barbell Bulgarian split squat. An abductor squat is a lower body strength exercise that really focuses on your hips and your abductors. Now I have a band here. This is a mini band that I've doubled up, but depending on what type of band you have access to, you may need to tie it differently or resize it, but it should be about the same size as your shoulder width. So I'm going to step into the band. You can also use a PT band or cufflinks, whatever you have access to. We're going to take the band and we're going to place it just above the knees on the quads. Next, I'm going to separate my legs and my feet until I feel that tension and I feel the band fighting against my knees, trying to force my knees in. Now, I'm going to perform a squat with my weight back in my butt, and as I squat, I'm going to fight out on the band the entire time. So I'm coming all the way down, all the way out. And while you're performing this exercise, you start to really feel your abductors and your glutes start to engage. And what I don't want you to do is let your knees come in as you perform this squat, but instead really fight out and keep that tension on the band as you squat. And that's the band abductor squats. The Hello Dolly plus crunch is a great movement for your whole core. We're going to start down flat on our backs. We're going to put our hands on our ears with our legs out straight. I'm going to bring my legs up to a 45-degree angle with my feet spread open. I'm going to crunch up and bring my feet together and then go back down and spread my legs. Making sure to breathe throughout this entire movement. Don't wrench on your neck with the crunch. Get a nice contraction every time. That's a Hello Dolly plus a crunch. For an overhead sit-up, we're going to need either a medicine ball, a plate, or a dumbbell, your choice. It doesn't really matter. We're going to lie down on the ground. This is an advanced abdominal exercise. Holding the weight straight up over your head, keeping your feet flat. We're going to sit all the way up, and in the end, we're extending with our weight over our head. This is a great one to not only contract your abs as you're sitting up, but at the same time, they're forced to act as stabilizers to hold the weight overhead. For a windshield wiper, we're either going to need a couple of dumbbells like I have here, a couple of kettlebells, a plate, or a barbell. So we're going to start with our weight, holding it straight up over our head, stabilizing it, our legs straight up, and then we're going to move our legs side to side, trying to keep our back flat at the same time. This is a great one for your obliques. Keep your abs tight and trying your best to keep your legs straight throughout the movement. That's a successful windshield wiper. Thanks for working out with me today. Make sure you click the link in the video description. It'll shoot you over to HASfit's website where we have the workout instructions. If you enjoyed this workout, make sure you check out HASfit's website where we have hundreds of additional free workouts. We have our free meal plans to lose or gain weight, as well as our complete 30 to 90-day fitness programs. All there, all for free, just for you. Please do me a favor and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It'll really help keep this great service free. Like us on our Facebook fan page or follow us on Twitter. We'll send you the best daily motivation. And while you're at it, stop by our store, pick up a poster or a t-shirt, whatever it takes to help you stay motivated and on track. I'm Coach Kozak from HASfit, and I'll see you at your next workout.